worry. You can call me Jansport. Go ahead and hop in the backpack. We will carry you.
Hey, it's Alex. How are you?
What the fuck?
Sorry, my microphone's really bad, so that's why I wasn't going. And I was talking to Matrix before.
Yeah, okay. Your microphone's really bad. You sound like a girl.
Yeah. So I was just waiting until I get a better microphone, and then I'll come and join you guys. And I was maybe going to try and join the ladies' night one day.
Oh, she's an Aussie, huh?
Yeah, sort of half London Kiwi.
Instead of some sandwiches, we'll take some prawns on the bobby.
She's not even Aussie, she's Kiwi, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, should we get some
Greenweaver
Vegemite
is because I used to teach green
We'll
shit
get some
before I
Vegemite
found out it
sandwiches.
was a diet.
Well, Greenweaver's what?
I used to teach green architecture. I used to lecture in architecture at uni, and I used to teach about green architecture until I found out the whole thing was captured.
Captured?
Yeah, well, like universities are captured, the whole fucking climate bullshit and the rest of it. But I'm not sure we're supposed to talk about that here. I don't know.
Actually, it's capped.
Greenweaver, I reckon.
Yeah, Matrix.
I reckon you and Mary Mum are going to get along like a bloody house on fire.
Wait, but Matrix.
Yeah, I'm
How
sure.
are me and her going to get along, huh?
Yep. She knows about the simp.
What?
Pardon?
Remember I said earlier, watch out for CB?
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah.
I'm going to try my headphones again because this is too quiet. Hang on. Hopefully this
Come on,
works.
don't do me dirty like that, Matrix.
This is too good.
I'm not sure if that's working. Is that working?
So yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't be mean to a CB. She's a flatty, so don't be shit.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'll take a Vegemite sandwich. Vegemite. Yeah.
I think this one will make the sandwich and then throw it at you.
Hey, I like it. I like it like that.
Oh, I knew he had a soft spot.
Anyway, is your name Alex, by the way?
It is, yeah.
Oh, mine too.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
Alexandra.
You say mine too?
Oh, God.
Settle down, CB. Settle down.
Okay. Let me show.
Yeah, some of us know, remember?
Some words too much, man. Everything he says.
Anyway. All right, so wait. You're a flat earther?
Yeah.
But haven't you been in an airplane before?
Yes, definitely. And the window's curved, isn't it?
But so you saw the curvature then?
Well, it's the ground on the runway as well, don't you?
I mean, the Earth is curved everywhere, so I mean.
Well, allegedly.
Exactly. Why do you think all the scientists are lying? I mean, you think you're smarter than a scientist?
I don't think they're all lying. As many people have already said here, it's people who have been taught and are parroting the same rubbish that they were taught.
Rubbish. But there's experts in their field.
There's satellites.
There's satellites and experts in their field, and you're just on Discord.
Have you ever seen how Google Earth makes images, like little strips? It's actually quite close footage. And when people say that they've captured footage of satellites, how could they when they're supposed to be, 300 kilometers up or whatever it is, and you can't even see a plane engine? How can you see a satellite?
When there's people in the server that are using, the Starlink satellite internet, how are they doing that?
Balloons? Satelloons? Who knows? I mean, there's certainly enough ground towers and cables to connect everyone and planes and God knows what else.
I mean, the thing's going straight up.
What? Rockets?
No, the dish.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not buying it. I'm sorry. I've seen too much evidence that shows that there's no curve, and that's really quite enough. But also that it's stationary. I mean, even the mainstream scientists agree with that.
But you just can't feel it. I mean, that's...
Just can't feel it. No, even though you're spinning at 66,600 miles an hour on the sun.
But that's what we would expect. We would expect not to feel it, right?
Would you expect the stars to change position if you're traveling 500,000 miles an hour through the galaxy?
They're like billions of miles away, so like you're not going to expect a bunch of crazy movement.
Even under the globe model, they're all different distances away, aren't they? And so if you have one star, Alpha Centauri, at 4 light years away, and then you have another one that's like hundreds, thousands of light years away, how are they not going to move differently to each other?
You just don't understand because you're a flat earther.
Well, I was a glober once, you know.
No, it's because of perspective, okay? Scale, the distance between them is negligible because of how far we are from them.
Well, have you heard of parallax?
Yes, and parallax requires more than one angle.
So why do the same constellations appear on the side of the Egyptian pyramids, the Göbekli Tepe, and 12,000-year-old monuments? The constellations are exactly the same.
Listen, this flat earther is bringing up the Egyptian pyramids. I mean, how many wrinkles do you have in your tinfoil hat right now, ma'am?
So did you go along with all the other rubbish, or did you believe any of the conspiracies then?
I mean, if CNN reports the facts, then that's the facts. I don't know.
Oh, I think you're trolling.
Here on Discord.
You can't possibly believe CNN, surely.
I mean,
nice on Trump.
There's also Fox News. I mean, like, I just don't trust Discord. We're gonna go off of the facts. If it's not fact checked.
Wow, you're special. Yeah, I mean, interesting.
That's why he told you to watch over him.
Yeah, no, it doesn't faze me at all what you think, and I'm not trying to change your mind anyway. And honestly, I was a glober too. It's just the evidence presents itself.
There's a flat earth you can get.
Probably now I am. I mean, my hairdresser tried to tell me it was a flat earth about 15, maybe even more years ago, and I just thought it was very interesting, but I didn't buy it. It took quite a lot of deprogramming to actually begin to actually even look at the evidence. No, I just started looking at the evidence. Did you look at the evidence of the lasers? Have you seen the ones where there's 4 different colors of laser lights 1 foot above an ice lake?
Listen, I just trust the experts, and you're not an expert.
They all appear flat, according to the footage from 10 miles away, 9, 8, 7, 6 miles away, each different colored light. They all appear flat on the same surface.
Told you he was a simp.
Basketball would appear flat to an ant on the surface.
Yeah, but you know how much drop over distance there is, don't you? I mean, you know about 10 miles is 6 feet? 66 feet? 1 mile is 6 foot, isn't it? I mean, you can quite easily see that curvature and measure it easily, yeah? Lasers, lights.
Can't do it easily, obviously.
You can look at lighthouses.
There's refraction.
I mean, I can see. I can see the South Island from the North Island of New Zealand, right? And I can see the shoreline. I can see. It's always magically the same amount that you need for the globe, isn't it? Isn't it amazing how the red light on that ice, it jumped up to be exactly 8 miles away curvature, and the blue light jumped up exactly to be 7 miles curvature, and the orange light, and they all appear to be on a straight line.
What lights are you talking about?
Well, there's a really interesting taboo conspiracy video, and I don't know who the original person, maybe Matrix or someone knows it, but it's a really interesting test. And, different coloured lights 1 foot above frozen ice lake, really, really, really flat. And they're all different distances, 9, 8, 7 miles away. And there's no curvature, there's no bulge, there's no curving ice.
I put it in the chat.
Yeah, nice one, Travis.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't even know how to do that, so. Mm. So yeah, it's probably one of the most interesting ones, but it wasn't just that. There was thousands of pieces of evidence that you eventually come to this conclusion, not after just watching one YouTube video or something.
Also, you watched
No, it's very simple. They did this over the ice. There's cold air above the ice, which refracts light.
Mm-hmm.
What's confusing?
But it refracts exactly enough to make it look like it's
satellites. Or can you
perfectly
explain the South Celestial Pole? What about South Celestial Pole? What about 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
Percentage. Just remember, you're talking to an alleged southerner about southern shit that you haven't seen. This is not going to go down well.
What the hell is this? Well, let's take it for a swing. Actually,
all right, guys, stop picking on her. That's pretty shit.
I don't know if it's picking. I think they're just trolling.
Nah, they do this to everyone. So if you come in and say you're a glober, they will hammer the shit out of you with flat earth stuff. You come in and say you're a flat earther, they become globers magically and just start hammering you anyways. So it's fun. Don't worry, you get used to it.
It's good. It's kind of like a test.
Oh yeah, you wait till they do it properly.
That one with flying colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just for kicks and giggles, what's your argument for the 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
Well, why look at the sky to tell me what I'm standing on?
That's a crap argument.
Is it? I mean, it's kind of like the sun is almost
might be a crap argument, but looking up to prove it in the first place is a pretty crap argument.
Like, why are we looking at the sky to see the ground, to know the ground? But it's a bad argument because we know through the sun's equinox. That's how we have
a question to you. I have a question to you. I have a question.
Hold on. I was just going to ask quickly, is it just me or is it getting pretty steamy in here?
I have this question. How can you have a ball without no curve?
You can't.
Okay. So what's the point about talking the sky? I don't care if by the way, who did prove that 24-hour sun? You think I buy that? Anyway, I don't care if the sky is doing, if the sun is doing right in the sky. It's not proving the ground. So at the ground you cannot have curvature because in the Black Swan, if you count the first null rig, that's 26 times that radius. The second null rig, at 10 miles, that's 67 times larger. Do you want to increase that radius? Because until now, you don't have curve to prove it. So how can you have a ball without curve? That's the point, Don't talk about the sky, prove the ground. You want a lake, 69 miles? Where's that curve? Do you want to increase that radius? There's a problem. You guys cannot prove the curve. So, without the curve, you don't have a ball. It's simple. Okay? It's not talking about the sky. It's about proving the ground. And you guys like to talk about refraction? Show me refraction making a ball appearing flat. You have
Miguel,
that refraction? You don't have it.
Miguel, you do know this was a role play, right?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. It's okay.
Yeah, it's about facts.
It's real. It's not role play.
But Miguel, explain why there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica then.
Yeah, there's no 24-hour sun. Because I have a guy, a Navy sergeant. He went there 7 times, and he wanted to see the 24-hour sun. He didn't ever see it. So what's going on?
Okay, I have to say,
Why,
anyone who denies
why
24-hour sun,
Witsit? That's the question. That's the question. Why Witsit did change his live stream? Let's say his time lapse.
Who cares? Who cares? Forget about Witsit.
Who cares? Yeah, I care. I care about it.
Hold on.
Why that guy did change? Why the guy did hide something in the time lapse, and he didn't explain to anyone? So the guy is hiding something.
Who cares? Because there's so many videos.
Yeah, who cares?
Listen, man,
don't bring the 24-hour sun if you don't care.
No, I'm saying who cares about that specific trip? Because there's so many videos, if you actually do your research, showing the 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
Oh yeah, fake videos. Show me one real video. All those are fake.
Have been duped, or they're just
with the same clouds, with the same clouds at the beginning and at the end. So so many videos, and they are fake. Why they have to fake it?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just like people who deny the 24-hour sun at this point, their level of discernment isn't there.
Listen, pal. I have a Navy sergeant, okay? Navy sergeant.
If you actually look at the videos, there's so many videos.
You have nothing. You just have a belief. Okay?
No, it's not a belief. There's so many different videos from different
so many
adventure
videos.
companies.
Show me the other videos, please. Show me the other videos.
No, I'm not gonna.
Because until this day, the other videos, they were faked. And the question is, why they have to fake it? Why they have to fake a time lapse?
They're not fake videos, man. There's.
But they are not faking videos. Oh, they are not faking the videos. Are you in 2015? Because you don't know about it.
Bro, if you want actual you want links to specific videos, I encourage you to reach out to Geo.
Yeah. Now I have to do the search.
You know who Geo is?
He's not you proving the site yet.
Bro, do you know who Geo is? Geo went through. He did a deep dive on all the videos that
Geo.
before the flat Earth, before the TFE or whatever.
Now you are talking about other
much. Bro, you're not ready, man. You just keep on interrupting. What do you?
You are the one that is not ready.
Okay, keep believing that there's no 24-hour sun. Go ahead.
Yeah, wait it. Wait half a year.
Just deny it.
You will have a surprise. Okay, you will not be prepared. You and the other globus.
No, flat earthers, we have to be real. We have to be truthful about the Earth.
Do you have a ball to prove it?
Yes, the curvature is whack. There's long distance observations, probably conspiracy, all that stuff.
Long distance observations without a curve. What's your curve there?
Well, you can't be denying real things like 24-hour sun in Antarctica, man. You can't you give the flat earthers a bad name. You become a flat earth liability at that point. Correct.
Listen, pal. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Talking about the sky doesn't prove the ground. Prove the ground to me right now at this side shit.
Bro, do you know if the equator is a straight line or a curved line?
It's not, bro. Okay, it's not, bro. It's not, bro.
The ground is measured as flat. You staring at the sun is not going to prove fuck all. And while you're in geos, wear your fucking knee pads because obviously you're good at swallowing.
Your best proof is Valentin.
Because years of practice. Because you're in here barking at us, telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We've measured the ground. There's no curvature. So the 24-hour sun means 5/8 of fuck all. It is not going to prove anything.
That it even exists?
The 24-hour sun has known to be in existence since pre-1960 because it's documented. This is why I laugh at you silly fuckwits when you're all pulling your dicks over the 24-hour experiment or social experiment. We already knew it existed. While a few of you were having meltdowns...
When you're agreeing with me.
So whilst a few of you were having meltdowns, believing it was going to prove something, it proved zero. You're looking up into the sky, it didn't change the shape of the ground. So why are you sun worshipping?
Bro, Matrix, you're being weird right now. I didn't say it was going to prove anything. I just got on his case for saying it didn't exist in the first place.
You cannot prove anything.
Oh my goodness. Now you sound like a glober.
Don't make claims that you cannot prove it, okay?
Bro, I told you, there's specific videos on YouTube showing the 24-hour sun.
That's right.
TFE even happened.
You can tell me a story,
The issue
Matrix
is
here
with the
saying it's
videos that
documented
happened.
impact. I don't
The
expect any-
issue is the videos before the TFE are fake.
No, they're not. They're not.
Yes, they
You just have- you
fucking
have
well
no
are.
proof.
They've been proven to be. They've already been ripped to
No,
shreds
they aren't.
multiple times.
The guy is ignorant on that.
I promise you haven't looked into it deeply enough. I promise you.
Yeah, well,
Maybe you should reach out
how
to
deeply do I have to look in? Do I have to hold my head under a fucking swimming pool to do
Maybe
it?
you need to get on your knees and beg Geo for
No,
the
maybe you
links,
should
bro.
wake the fuck up.
Maybe
The
you should
videos
have
that
a-
were out prior to the TFE were ripped to shreds. Maybe you
That's
should
not
play
true.
catch up.
There's so many
Northern
obscure
Hemisphere,
videos
there's
where
fucking heaps of
random
them.
people.
Down south, there is
Listen,
none.
I'm
That's
shouting.
why the TFE
Never
was such a big deal for some people.
Take a look at this,
No,
you
there's
ignorant.
obscure
Take a look at
videos
this, you
of
ignorant. Take a
people
look.
going on
Take a look at the. This
going
is
on adventure like
print stream.
expeditions. Random
This is a
people
print
going on
stream of
adventure expeditions.
one of your videos
Some
that you are
Instagram
playing.
personalities
Yeah,
going on adventures
look at
to
this.
Antarctica,
Hey,
and in these
stop it.
obscure videos,
Okay. Yeah, look
Shut
at
up.
this one. Look
Right.
at this one. Explain to me why we have the same clouds at different times. In that video, please. Can you explain to me why we have the same clouds? Are you joking with me? Or you are
Because he
just an ignorant?
hasn't, Miguel, it's because he hasn't looked into it. He claims he's looked into it, but he hasn't. That's how we know, because they've been ripped to shreds properly.
Just
Now, we've got
talking
someone here.
into
Who
words.
is Valentin?
Valentin is a guy that did post his proof. He's a CGI, CGI animation.
Is he a baller?
Maybe it's a goat, he's showing his face right there.
He is. He's put a picture of a globe up. Is a cartoon CGI proof of curvature? My goodness.
So the guy, he did post a CGI animation, and then he's posting, this is a goat CGI, doesn't mean goats aren't real. So it is the best proof of his ball is a CGI animation. What a joke the guy is. These guys are getting dumber every day.
I missed that then. Did he try to talk?
You guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can
prove the
hear you
curve.
now.
Prove the curve right now. An observation. Show it.
Yes, we
Alright,
can hear you. Yeah, excellent.
Like in a flat Earth world, would it be possible to go from?
Hold on, no, whoa. Your proofs don't require us to, if in a flat Earth world, your proofs would be, I know it's a globe because of here it is. We don't need any concessions or any agreements from us, and your proofs don't normally, or should not normally, start out with the opposite side's argument. So if the world was flat, then it's flat.
I do
Thank you.
apologize, dude. I do apologize. I didn't know you couldn't connect simple two dots, but
No, well, the problem is, normally, when it starts off at the opposite thing, if in a flat world, you normally insert a straw man after that. I'm trying to save you from yourself, because I know what's going to happen if you drop a straw man. This panel is going to go batshit stupid, and they're going to rip you to shreds. So start again, please.
All right, tell me what I was going to say.
If the world was flat, insert straw man. Please don't do that. So start again, please. You're proving the globe.
I did ask
Go
for
for it.
proof. No? Do you remember I did talk about that? Or you are running away? Valentin?
I'm proving that there are, I don't know, shipments that go from the Americas to East Asia. Look, how is that possible in a flat world?
Well, they sail. If they're shipments, they pile stuff into a cargo ship and they sail to their next destination, and when they get there, happy days. This does not prove the shape of the ground, or the water in this case.
Trying to find evidence that there is one, right?
But you don't even really have to consider. You don't have to ask the question of a globe or whatever. You're shooting the laser from one side to the other. Can you see the laser? Yes or no. The globe side would say there should be X amount of curvature between the laser and the observer.
No, because then I could just as easily resolve if I don't have a premise in
Well, don't
place.
say no. Why do you say no when I say there'd be curvature between the observer and the laser?
Because I was just explaining.
Right, but you can't say no, because you have to say yes if you're believing in a globe.
No, you don't, because that's
okay,
not
so
how.
on a globe, there doesn't have to be curvature.
Of course, there has to be curvature.
So there does have to be curvature between the laser and the observer on the other side of the lake.
Yeah.
So exactly. So why say no?
Because of how you framed it in context of the laser.
No, that's exactly what I said. I just said there would be curvature between the laser and the observer, and you said no.
Yeah. That's right.
See, this is the problem. You're just like looking to refute. You're not looking to have an honest discussion.
Can we both acknowledge right now? I'm saying that there would be curvature expected between you and the laser, right?
Yeah, and that laser would cause the laser not to be received at the other end if there's curvature.
Right. Okay.
Of a sufficient distance.
Okay. Why?
Because the observer would be on the other side of this curvature.
Does laser light diverge?
Well, yeah, it can diverge, but you can take that into account.
Yep, but it still diverges regardless. You can take it into account.
And we do the tests at distances where the beam spread wouldn't make the laser observable over that distance.
If you can show that with the maths, any maths you've done, that would be fine.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's in the FE Core one at least. So if you've read that, you'd see that they account for beam spread.
I've seen that like presentation they made. There was incredible divergence, even on the 3 kilometer one.
They state the beam spread over the distance, and it's like maybe a few meters. And they've still got tens of meters missing.
It was massive. So they put that screen.
It wasn't as much as the curvature, was it?
You've got significant curvature, but what I'm saying
is the beam spread larger?
You've got more curvature than you've got beam spread.
Yeah,
so the beam spread wouldn't make it resolvable. It would be going above the person's head. They're on the other side of a curve, according to the globe.
No.
Yes. What are you talking about, dude?
So the beam spreads. So from the start of the laser, it's super fine little point, and at the opposite end, it becomes a great big disc. So if you measure the top of it, and then you measure the bottom of it, and take an average, that's your center line. That's how easy it is, Cosmos. So if you're expecting a 600-foot drop, and your beam spread is only, say, 20 feet, with average 10 foot, that means you're out 10 foot from flat. It should be at 600. Do you follow? Or don't you like the mathematics?
No, because
So let's say we don't do an average of the beam spread. Let's say we deliberately measure the top of it and say that's where the laser line truly is. It's still 20 foot. You've still got to account for 580 foot of missing drop over distance.
Yeah, it's not beam spread you're needing. You're needing it to be curved. You need the light to be curving around the ball at a rate commensurate to the claimed curvature. That's what you need, and that's what you don't have.
Much like the light, right, in this test, like say in a swimming pool, would be curving by a greater amount. Right?
It's not curving.
You're not shooting it into a pool. You'd be shooting it above the pool to the other side.
That's the problem. Why does somebody see it?
Cosmos, your claim is it's curving is because you are under the water. You're looking from the water through the air at the laser, and then you're questioning why it's slightly refracted. And you can't comprehend that we don't have our heads under the water looking at the lasers whilst we're doing out in real world laser tests. Why are you comparing apples to oranges? Please.
You don't. You don't need to. All you would need to be...
That's what I'm saying to you. You don't need to compare apples to oranges. Shoot the laser, measure the difference between the ground and the laser. Congratulations, you're done. Go and do your formula.
Why do you see... You're asking us, why do you see the laser? That's our question to you. In an example where we've got a 30-mile distance and 500 feet of curvature, and a laser that's about 1.5 meters above the ground with an observer that's the same, why does the observer see the laser?
So you're looking, right, at what... If I'm seeing the laser light on a globe from 30 miles away...
Why am I receiving... Yeah, exactly. There's supposed to be a 500-odd foot drop between the two, which would result in a big hump of water between the observer and the laser.
Right. So you'd look at by what angle is this light refracting where it is reaching me 30 miles away, right?
Well, I don't know. Is that what you're claiming? What are you claiming? How are we receiving the light?
Yeah. So if we resolve the light that is managing to make it to our eyes from like a powerful laser is refracting by less than half a degree.
Well, when you say refracting, what do you mean?
It is bending, right?
Oh,
refraction.
So you're saying it is bending around this curvature that you don't have any evidence for?
By less than half a degree.
So how do you know it's bending around a curve that you don't have any evidence for?
And where'd you get the half a degree
just shoot
from?
Straight?
Again, that if we live on a globe of 12,500...
No. We didn't ask that. How did you get the half a degree, and why are you assuming it's bending? Lasers shoot straight. You're just throwing random numbers.
Well, this is the thing in question, the globe, the curvature. So you can't start your premise with if globe. This is supposed to be a feature of the globe, shown if it's the laser's flying over the observer's head or if it's received.
So you can't do modus ponens.
That'd be begging the question to have your conclusion in your premise.
It's
if
begging
Earth
the
globe,
question to do...
and we see the light... That's just begging the question, dude.
So,
no, we're not against the modus ponens, Cosmos. We're against the you inserting if globe at the start of it. You're assuming globe in the first place. Remember, we're dumb. We don't know what it is. All we've done is gone outside and shot a laser a long distance. That's all we've done. We don't know what shape it is. Now, you guys are telling us it's a curved surface. So, we asked for the mathematics. What's the radius of your curved surface? 3959 miles. Then we apply that and we go, right, at 10 miles, there should be a 66-foot drop. At 20 miles, there should be a 266-foot drop. At 30 miles, it should be 600 foot of drop. So, let's go 30 miles out and measure it. And they're out by, what was it? Cyclone, 1.5 metres? 1.4 metres?
Yeah, the observer height's just the height of a person standing at the shore.
There you go.
Maybe an additional metre.
So
not enough to see the laser, but you're just saying, oh, well, we're just going to assume the curve, and then we're just going to assume that the laser is bending perfectly around that curve, even though we don't have any detection or demonstration of either of those things. That's not logical.
You don't have demonstrations of refraction.
You don't have demonstration of a laser bending down at 8 inches per mile squared in air. No. So that's not refraction, as you're saying. That's what you're actually claiming, though.
Half a degree.
It would have to be following the curvature. 8 inches per mile squared, going down.
Yeah, less than half a degree.
Okay, so demonstrate that that's occurring.
What, demonstrate like refraction occurs over distance?
No, demonstrate what you just said, that it's bending downwards at around 8 inches per mile squared to perfectly match the globe curvature.
Because we see refraction everywhere.
No, we don't see that, therefore
what you would need
8 inches
is a
per mile
laser.
squared.
It would be a laser bending downwards at that rate that you would need to demonstrate. So where have you seen that demonstration?
Well, again, I could just explain with like the swimming pool example.
No. You can't just make up an analogy that isn't analogous. You should just show a laser in air bending downwards at 8 inches per mile squared, like you're claiming.
Can you give me the symmetry breaker?
No, could you give me the evidence for your claim? Yes or no? If no, then we can just dismiss your claim.
Yeah, but then you're just deciding what the answer is with no substantiation.
Just post it in the chat. Let's see the laser bending downwards in air.
What, you want to see a laser
doing what you're claiming it's doing? Bending downwards in air.
In air, laser refracting 8 inches per mile squared. Or following the curvature of the Earth, as you would word
it. That's your claim, Cosmos.
The light.
Why are you confused? See how because you know that you can't demonstrate this claim, you're trying to obfuscate it by just saying refracts.
Yeah, refracts when I turn on my hairdryer and look at the air produced from
amazing. If only that would evidence your claim about a laser bending downwards in air. So no, we see the laser, so there's no curvature there, so that's it.
In what regard are you saying it's unjustified for something to bend at less than 5?
It's unjustified because you can't justify it.
You're just talking out your ass, Cosmos. It's just a claim that you have to make. It's a claim you're making because you have to save your globe religion. It's not a claim you're making based on empirical data. Show us the data.
I would literally just refer to like your guys' data.
Oh, you'd show us our data. Okay, post in the chat what data you'd show us.
What, the FE core presentation?
Well, are they saying that light is bending downwards at 8 inches per mile squared in air to match the globe model?
They gave some atmospheric conditions, didn't they?
Are they saying that the laser is bending downwards at 8 inches per mile squared around a curve of a ball Earth?
I don't know whether they said that directly.
So what data are you going to post then?
Do you guys understand modus ponens?
So no data, just another bullshit claim. Okay, well, we can dismiss that then. Yeah, you've got no justification for the laser is just bending downwards in air around the globe and no one can perceive it happening, and that's how they see the laser. That bullshit claim that you just gave, that you've got no evidence for.
I know you're gonna dismiss it. You're a flirt.
You don't have it. No, see, now this is just your little cope. Now you're gonna pretend you have it, but say we wouldn't accept it. You've just made it obvious that you don't have it because we just asked you 10 times to show it, and you're just like, oh, I would just show you FE core, which doesn't mention anything about a laser bending downwards in air at 8 inches per mile squared around a globe. So just give it up, Cosmos. You don't have a rebuttal. You don't have a rebuttal to it. That's what you've just demonstrated.
When somebody's doing an experiment and I say, have you considered...
Yeah, cool story. Where's your data?
It's all right, Cosmos. If you're not going to give us data, we can just dismiss it and move on.
Right, okay.
Sounds like a concession. Lasers prove it's flat. Going once. Going twice. Sold to the gentleman up the back.
The self-dick sucking is extreme.
Well, you had nothing,
Cosmos, it's as simple as we see the laser. You can't give us a reason other than we're just detecting the light. You're making a claim about it bending downwards around a ball in air, but you've shown that you're going to have no data or evidence to present for that, so it's just dismissed. It's just a wild fantasy claim that you're making because you have to. It's all you can do.
So it's a wild fantasy claim that an observed phenomenon across...
No, you don't observe it because you don't observe the curve. You don't observe a laser bending around it.
Cosmos, you're conflating the fact that refraction exists to proving it happened at that particular event. We know what refraction is. There's a thing called Snell's law, which quite clearly describes it. We know it exists. We have no problem with that. What we do have a problem with is your claim of refraction at a consistent rate of 8 inches per mile squared. Prove that, and we'll let you have it.
Well, you had your chance. I mean, obviously you don't have anything for it. So there's no point circling around and around, you making this claim that's baseless and then saying vague things like, so you don't believe refraction exists, because we're challenging your very specific claim about what a laser is doing, and you're providing no evidence for it, but you just want to keep reverting back to it. It's tiresome. We're not doing that.
Okay, so get off your soapbox then. Don't pontificate about something you know nothing of.
No, I could say something. I'm gonna say something so basic. I have trust in institutions.
Okay, you're gullible. Your naivety is noted.
You don't believe in institutions.
You're a gullible schmuck. A sucker's born every minute.
Because you think
anything
that
else?
Jews own the world or whatever, and then you think that that NASA has an entire massive budget and they do what? Nothing.
But Grey Goblin, if there
they
was
create all kinds of film.
Satellites,
they write all kinds of articles and do all kinds of things.
I actually know my mother was literally a crew member of an AWACS, an aerial what's it called? An AWACS plane that does aerial warning and control system plane.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, that completely. So I've talked to her. That completely has to take advantage of the curvature of the Earth.
Get your mother on the phone.
If there was an orbital motion of the Earth around the sun, wouldn't that be detectable?
An orbital motion of the Earth around the sun, detectable? Yeah, we watch. What? We watch it. What do you wait? Hold on. Say it again.
No, your mother told you.
If there was an orbital motion of the Earth around the sun, wouldn't that be detectable? And if so, who has detected that motion?
Oh, the massive amount of scientists who
Give me an
really
example.
do the entire legions of people who do it and send out papers, and they literally constantly put in for more planets that they've learned.
So here's the thing, it's never actually physically been empirically tested and proven that there is an orbital motion of the Earth around the sun. People have tried over time. It's never actually been detected. So what leads you to believe that that orbital motion is taking place when it's never actually been detected? You're just taking it on, well, because people say that it is. Well, if that's the case, then it should be detectable, right? If there's physical motion, it should be detected. Why has it not been detected?
Detected how?
You tell me. Who's actually
like
proven the orbital motion of the Earth around the sun?
The issue is what you're doing.
Empirically.
Never mind. We're good. Never mind. I don't know why I'm bothering.
He's quitting.
This is your claim.
No, you can't quit.
I'm not quitting. So what you do is you do a fallacy-based argument where you do a Lord of the Gaps type thing,
noted.
where like you say, hey, if you cannot explain the actual mathematics behind it, there are many people who can explain the mathematics behind it.
Bill,
and if I brought it up, you would still fucking argue somehow.
Institutions.
Your failure to provide evidence is your concession to the arguments. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Grey Goblin, take a look at this guy. You believe in institutions like NASA, okay? You believe in institutions like NASA, okay?
Argue against.
Hey, listen, you are.
Tell me why you're not a pedophile.
Stay focused, man.
Miguel, tell me why you're not a pedophile.
Someone you did use the pedo. Someone mute
I don't believe. I don't have any evidence.
Hey,
in fact,
look
I
at
believe
this.
you're a pedophile.
You didn't came here. You're a fucking moron. Okay, so you did said. Oh, so this guy. So eat your words. Eat your own words.
Miguel, don't worry about him.
Yeah, move on.
If that's all he can do is call people that, then he can just be red flagged. Like, seriously.
So did Scott Mackey ever recant? Did he recant about the Reddit thing where they said if you stand up, it proves the globe?
No, did Scum Mac? You're loud and clear. Did Scum Mackie run away? Did he?
Funny when you ask for evidence of their claims, they all just like resort to either name calling or they run, right?
Napalm. What is up, bro?
What up, Larry? How we doing?
I'm doing great. Fantastic. Good to hear your voice. Continue.
What's that?
Good to hear your voice. Please continue with the conversation.
Oh, likewise, man. All good. I just heard this dude making a claim, and he was just like zero evidence. So I was curious if he actually knew somebody that detected the motion of the Earth around the sun. But we know that that's never actually taken place. So he just takes it on, pure faith in his religion. But whatever.
So, Napalm, I came up with an argument a while back, and I just said it like an hour ago. Would anybody mind if I repeat the argument? Am I interrupting anything?
Okay,
All right,
man.
so I guess I'll go ahead. So if we saw Mount Conahu at 273 miles away, and the Globers are saying, well, it's not because it's flat, it's because of refraction, then that would mean sometimes light refracts down around the curvature of the Earth up to 273 miles. So if that happens, then it could be dark in Dallas, Texas, but in Waco, Texas, directly south of there, it could still be daylight because of an extreme refraction event where the sun has already set and is actually in middle of Texas, the Terminator line, but because of this refraction, there would be a zigzag around Waco area where there's a whole lot of refraction going on, and it would be daylight at 10 p.m. if this was happening. This kind of refraction that they're talking about. 273 miles is a long fucking way. Go ahead, bro.
I was going to say the problem they have is that we don't see that type of refraction, and refraction index on a normal day is about 1.00003. Yeah, so a refractive index of 4 is something we never see, and if we're looking at something like the black swan, it only still puts that out to about 2.6 miles for the horizon if we were to give it that refractive index of 4 that we never see. So impossible.
Isn't it interesting, AJ? Whenever the Globers come in and they claim, oh, we need refraction, it's always in degrees. They'll never say what the refractive index is. It's always like Matthew Lawrence, for example. Oh, yeah, what is it? 0.5 to 1 arc minutes. It's always in degrees. It's never the actual refractive index itself. Has anyone else noticed that?
It's because they like to double speak, right? They say that the Earth is. It's because they say the Earth isn't spinning at 1,038 miles an hour at the equator. It's only once per day, right? That's what they say, once per day.
Yeah.
So they're double speaking, right? Because it muddies the water and makes everything harder to follow. So, proof that the Earth is not flat, please, sir, since you spoke up. You got any proofs?
That the Earth is flat. I can do that for you.
He said the Earth's not flat, though, so I'm assuming that he's going to back up his claim because the burden of proof is on he who claims, not he who denies.
How can they say the Earth's not flat? It's measured as flat.
Well, he's got a TV, so he thinks that it's a globe.
He needs to get a new TV. He's probably got one of the old CRTs. Get a new flat screen. It's so much easier.
That's a good one.
Dude, not too long ago, they're doing construction at a main intersection close to my house, and not too long ago, I was on another server or whatever, and I was, middle of the day live, and I was stuck in traffic because of the construction, and there were surveyors out there, and I was like, listen up, let me get the surveyor on, see what he says, right? One way or the other. I'm going to get a surveyor to just yell something at me one way or another. So I yell out to the surveyor, I was like, hey, how do you measure drop over distance and the curvature of the earth with your instruments? And he yelled back, he's like, we don't. Drop's only optical. It's compression of your optical view. It's not an actual drop over distance. And I was like, thank you.
God bless
Because
him.
plane
They
surveyors measure
know.
it flat, and they know that the only quote unquote curvature that you're going to get is optical compression over distance. It's not an actual physical curvature.
Yeah, I mean, these globers act like the Rayleigh criterion doesn't exist. It's something that we made up.
Yeah, like to me, no side should
I remember
necessarily
making this
be.
argument a while back. Go ahead, bro.
Sorry, man. I think I'm cutting out. I don't know if I'm getting everything. But I was just going to say that, like, neither side should use the horizon and observations over distance as proof because it's literally an apparent location, which is going to fluctuate. And everything that you measure optically is never going to be consistent. And the funny thing is, plane surveying happens on short distances. There's never actual drop over drop as you
Plane
go out further.
surveying's over
Never
250
measured.
miles square, 250 kilometres square, yeah? So, yes, there is a ton of missing curvature. And the point that you just made about the horizon just debunks your globe claim, yeah? Because you would require a geometric horizon at 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height, something you don't have, as you just admitted.
What's that? You cut? I didn't catch all that. What did you say?
AJ, Napalm's a flat earther.
Hey?
Napalm is a flat earther. He's an OG.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know I was talking to Napalm. Sorry, I wasn't looking. I'm driving.
Oh, good, man. No worries. Yeah. There is there's no measurable drop over distance. Plane surveyors, if they constantly measure and place plane surveying in like 100 square miles, right? Those all connect together. There's never an actual drop. So they measure everything flat up to 100 square miles, and all that they ever. So I had a long conversation with a surveyor when I was on vacation and I was staying at a beach house or whatever, and he was out there measuring some condos or something like that for. I'm pretty sure somebody had one up for sale, so he was just measuring out the actual plot or whatever. And I had a long conversation, like 2 hours, with this guy, and he was just talking about, yeah, when it comes to, I was like, if you wanted to establish like a horizontal and you wanted to constantly extend that, even if it was over water, like how would you do it? And he gave me a methodology, and he's like, well, when it comes to curvature, we just calculate that in over a certain distance. I'm like, so you never actually physically measure it? You never have any like measurements of it? And he's like, well, sometimes you can get what appears as though it's curvature, but we know that it's optical stuff that takes place even at short distances based on refraction. But when it comes to long distances, we just calculate it in based off the known radius value of the Earth. I'm like, cool, thanks. That's all I needed to know. It's always a calculation. It's never an actual measurement.
So did you then question him, is it indeed flat, or did you leave it there? I would have had to push him.
I mean, I wasn't even like talking or bringing up the whole entire subject of flat Earth, right? Like it was just, I had nothing better to do. He had nothing better. to do. We're just hanging out, chilling, having a good conversation, and I was just trying to pick his brain about surveying to see, somebody that doesn't realize they're in a conversation with somebody that might be trying to figure out whether or not they actually are or are not measuring curvature. They'll tell you things that if you straight up went to them and like, I'm a flat earther, prove to me that the earth curves, they're going to start probably saying stuff just to reiterate their what they try to think that the earth actually is. But when you start to talk about methodology, they're going to tell you what they do, and they'll admit that they only calculate it, they never measure it.
So he didn't realize that you were asking that in the vague context of flat Earth.
No, not at all. I mean, after like 2.5 hours, like I ended the conversation. I never even brought up that topic at all whatsoever.
And
I just
never
need to
mentioned
get it.
Huh. Well, it's weird that he'd be so forthcoming with that answer, knowing that. I don't know. I'm surprised he didn't say, "What do you mean?" I mean, yeah, I guess there's a lot of those guys out there. So yeah, chances are that one of them would just answer you directly.
I didn't come right out and ask him how to measure the curvature of the earth, right? I was asking like, oh, you're measuring this plot. Where do you establish your baseline? Like, do you have some marker? Are you going up a specific marker? Like, where are you establishing level? And I'm just going on and on with a bunch of different questions about stuff. Sorry, I'm eating. He just thought I was curious about surveying. So like 2 hours later, he's just divulging everything that he's doing, thinking that like, oh, there's some guy that's actually interested in what I do for a living, right?
So that method of talking to him that way, that's what I was teaching people on my earliest of videos in 2015, not to trigger their defense mechanisms and talk to people about the flat earth without saying the words flat earth, right? Because the way that it triggers their defenses, their brain will, their mind will literally start lying to them because their biases and all kinds of stuff like that. So I was telling people, don't say flat earth. And then I think that's a way more effective way to talk to people about it, because you completely eliminate Agent Smith by doing that. Please continue.
Yeah, I didn't need to get a gotcha with him. I didn't need to own him. I also didn't need to I didn't need to prove it to anybody else, like anti-flat earthers that come into Discord servers that talk shit all the time, right? Like I didn't need to prove it to any of them. I just need it for my own edification, right? Like, and that's where the information comes out when you're just flowing, having a conversation. They're gonna spill all the beans you need.
Yeah, I would have waited till he gave you all the methodology right at the end and then said, well, you're telling me you measure it flat, yeah? Just to see his response. He might have said, yeah, we do. That's all good. That's cool. At least you got the opportunity. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, he basically did by saying we just measure everything in planar, and then if it comes up, over long distances, then we calculate it in based on like geodetic surveying. So that's all I needed to know, is that they're never actually measuring curvature, and all geodetic surveying is coming in with a calculation to insert the drop over distance that's not actually there measured. It's just a calculation that they've been told needs to be added in.
So I brought that argument up to Matthew. I guess it was maybe like 6 months or a year ago. I don't remember exactly when. But Matthew was saying that the amount of refraction would be, only a few degrees, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, what would it be in Mount Conahu? And, obviously it's like quite a bit of refraction, like 273 miles. Like if anybody's ever driven that distance, that is a hard distance to drive. And to think that, you drove 273 miles away and then went 100 miles south, and it would be sunset where you are after you drove west and then south, but it would still be daylight at home? Like daylight during the, 10th hour? Like, come on. But that would have to be happening. There would have to be a zigzagged Terminator line. It would have to be. Because it would be like a cold front comes in or a heat wave comes in, and next thing you know, you can see like light that's supposed to be behind the curve at 273 miles away, or up to. And I guess when that world record gets beaten, or if it already has been, I guess the argument would just change by how further we can see, because they've made it unfalsifiable. But I do agree with Napalm that just looking, your eyes can deceive you. But everything that we've looked at, everything we've looked into, you got to go to space to see the globe. So nobody's going halfway to the moon. So the only globe is in your imagination or in media. And media can obviously be faked.
Yes,
So
you cannot trust you can't trust your eyes. You have to tell the story that the others told you.
Right.
You have to go pretty far into space, not just Katy Perry space.
Yeah, Katy Perry's space is fake gay space. Fake and gay.
Wes Fe is here. Wu-Tang Clan. Who else is here? There's people chat skanking right now. Midnight Glober's back.
Are they scared to come in and talk to us?
What's up, I think guys? So. They were here and they're gone. Hey, what's up?
I was just in the English hub cheating some Globers. I just came in here to figure out what you guys are up to.
I'm not into that.
Have you, Larry, have you heard any of the stuff that's been going on with the celestial theodolite? Like, I've been gone for a while, and I've heard some of the arguments on that, but are you familiar with that by any chance?
No, what is it? What is it?
They call it the celestial theodolite, where basically they're taking a star in the distance.
Setting behind the mountain?
Yes, when it, like, basically doing it based off of timing, right? So if there's this 15 degree per hour, it should be predictable on when the star is going to be occluded by a mountain based on, distance and all that kind of stuff. And when you figure it all out and you work it all out, it's like it basically matches what the flat earth would have it be, right? Like your prediction would from the flat earth would be pretty darn near spot on. And then the Globers have to like work in some sort of refraction calculation, bring in the radius of the earth, and then they get their prediction. But they predicted it solely based off of their conception of what the earth should be, right? Using globe earth math, they're off by like astronomical amounts.
Yeah, I've been hearing that argument around the circuit, but it's not an argument that I participate in because I'm not really a math guy and I don't like using the stars. But if it's a successful argument, I sure as hell don't mind if other people make the argument, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100% on. I still need to learn a little bit more. I've been out of pocket for a while, so I need to learn more on it before I can, get behind it 100%.